Hello everyone, it's Lori Bradley here in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And as you hopefully have been following along, today is October 14th. We are doing project number 14 of 31. I'm a little late coming on tonight, sorry. I had a haircut today, a dentist appointment, I had to go to the store, our son had a soccer game, and I had to have dinner. So, running a little bit behind, but here we are. It is just a quick project tonight. We're going to make some tags, some gift tags that are in the mini catalog, in the September to December mini catalog, and they're called patterned tags. There's 3 different patterns, plus a solid, plus 2 bow dies. And I'm not going to use the bow die because I would much rather have a real bow than a paper bow. So I'm going to use linen thread and baker's twine for that. So I've already die cut them, so hopefully we can, I can show you how quick and easy these are. I'll show you the tags, and then we will, we'll get going. So thanks for joining me. I will turn you around, and we will talk tags tonight. All right, so we have the pattern tags dies, and they're really pretty. There's one that's a floral, that's a poinsettia looking thing. I also feel like this can be a winter tag. Doesn't that remind you of winter sweaters that have like the snowflake pattern on them? That's what I think of when I see that one. Then I have the solid one that's plain. Here, let me lift this up so you can actually see it. The flower or the snowflake pattern. When I was a kid, I had a wooden puzzle, and I'm probably way dating myself here, but it was a wooden puzzle that had pieces that we could make patterns in different shapes with, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. Then the solid one, this one has branches, so the evergreen branches. Hi Monica, thanks for watching. The evergreen branches, the bows, your bow can make 2 loops. And then this is just a little bit of a reinforcement piece. I'm not going to use that one tonight either. And then the last one is a stripe. And I still have a piece in my stripe, so we'll have to poke that out. But we're going to use that as a candy cane stripe. Okay, so we have these dies. I'm going to put these back in here so I don't lose the pieces. Normally I have 75 centimeter die cuts on my table, and I don't tonight. So wish me luck. All right, so I have die cut a white tag with red stripes, and that is going to look like a candy cane. However, I also have, hi Sheila, thanks for joining us. I have a red tag. This is actually Poppy Parade with white stripes. I'm going to do both of these, and I want to have us look at it to see which one is actually a better candy cane, because I'm not sure. I haven't actually fully made our tags, so we're going to hope for the best here. All right, I could have put adhesive sheet on the back, and I didn't, because there's some pretty big stripes, and I thought we can use some liquid glue. You'll be excited to know I just ripped the plastic off of this, so my liquid glue is brand new, so it should work nicely for us, so there won't be any fighting with the glue. Just small dots down our stripes. It probably doesn't even have to go on every stripe, because I just want to make sure we've got the ends there. All right, we're going to glue that right onto our tag. So if you don't want to take the time with the liquid glue, by all means, use the adhesive sheets. Glue that right on. Fits perfectly. It's the exact same size. And if you see that you need a little more glue, you can certainly add some more. So there's the white with the red stripe. Now let's look at the red with the white stripe. Make sure I get my story straight. Whew, it has been a day here. It's always hard. I always call Monday my weekend recovery days, because when we're gone and we come back and forth so much, there's just a mess everywhere. I have to catch up on laundry, and I have to do other things. But my husband and my youngest son were home Friday through Monday, so everybody was home for 4 days, and we were in and out for that long. So just a little crazy. Ask me in another year, though, and I'll tell you how much I miss it, right? All right, so there is our real red with white, and our Poppy Parade with white stripes. Can you tell a difference? I'm not sure which one that I like better in terms of the stripes. Does it make a difference? Can you look and see if it makes a difference which one is better on, like, to look at? While you're thinking about that, I have one of my circles left from last night when we used the ornamental Christmas, and I'm gonna use the Be Jolly stamp set. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stamp that in real red. We might go with the white with the real red stripes just because that's the ink color I have here. Let's stamp that on there. Just like that. These are so simple. You can make multiples. I just die cut several in just a few minutes. I'm gonna put that right on the front, and then you can always write to Monica from Lori on the other side, and it turns out perfectly. All right, let's put that guy up on dimensionals. Not that I'm sending you a gift, Monica, but I just thought I'd use your name since I saw it first. I'm gonna put a dimensional. You like the real red one? I think that's the one I like too. It's just a deeper color, but you know what? Let's add, let me find it here. Oh, that's not it. I have some of the we'll make it happen. Let's see. Let's take that guy off. This is what we call thinking on our feet right in the middle of our day. All right. Let's do this. One. I'm going to save this one for another use, but now you can see the two colors. All right, so we'll tape that on the back. And then we'll have a little bit of extra. I don't have them handy, but the cute little real red and white peppermint candies would also be super cute on this. They're just not handy, and I'm not up for it right now to walk and find them in the box, although I just got a brand new package the other day, so I know they're here pretty close, but let's see. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put this. Spread out my little things. That one's too long. It's making me crazy. Tape that right on the back. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. We will put that on there, and we will just put that. Now I probably need 2 dimensionals and not just one since I put a ribbon back there. 1, 2. Ta-da. And then we will run our tag, or run our twine through the top of the tag. Wouldn't that be cute on a red or a white gift bag for Christmas? I'm gonna tie it in a knot just so we can keep it on there. Ta-da! All right, so there's our first one. Now, let's do, all right, I've got an old olive. Yes, ladies, old olive. Yes, I think it's super cute too, and it's so easy. Like, you could die cut a whole bunch of those and just do it. This one I did an old olive base, and I have a white top. So that way our green branches will actually show through, so it looks like that we have branches. And I think we could go one of 2 ways here. We can make it kind of cute, or we could make it rustic. If I had this, if I used crumb cake for this, it could be a rustic. Oh, Sheila, you're ganging up on me too. All my ladies say we're old olive, and I always cringe, but I'm trying. So I ran it through twice. I ran it through with the white, with the solid green, but I also ran an extra Old Olive. So I could put that on a white one later. I'm not gonna do that today or tonight, but the reason I ran it through twice was so that I had some of the extra branches so that we could put onto a tag. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Let's see, my glue. All right, this one's just gonna get dotted around. This one might be better with the adhesive sheet, but we're just gonna keep dotting. I'm gonna go around the outside. We are gonna put a sentiment die cut on the front, so it's not gonna be totally loose if we don't get it covered. Fits right on there. Just like that. Whoop, I pulled the wrong thing. Oh my goodness. What did I do? There we go. Watch your glue, or your fingers maybe. All right, then I have a sentiment piece. I used a Nested Essentials, and I think that Joy to the World from the Snowy Delight set, I think will fit right on here. So we're gonna Joy to the World this one. Or Snowy Wonder, that's what it's called, Snowy Wonder. Okay, now we're gonna put this on the front, but I wanna add a couple of these little branches just to add some extra oomph. They're pretty small and skinny, so I'm gonna put some adhesive on there and then just stick them back there. Maybe willy-nilly. I'm gonna go with that. It's gonna be willy-nilly. And then let's do one out of this side too. They're not all the same size. They're a little different. There's a couple of big ones, and then there are a couple that are cut off. So you could use whichever ones you wanted. And then we'll put dimensionals on that one. Where did I put them? My black ones. I moved them. So yeah, you can use those negative pieces. I had white ones too, but I don't think that white branches are probably my best option. Although, I mean, these days, I guess anything goes. All right, so it just adds a little bit. And then we have our Old Olive and Espresso twine. So let's do an Old Olive thing for this one. Whoop. I actually kind of like to double it over and poke it through. Actually, Monica, I can read your language. I sort of understood that, so I appreciate your kind words that it was a great idea. Or at least I was hopeful that that's what you were saying. All right, we're gonna poke that through from the back. And then bring it through. And that will tie it onto your tag, but then you can still tie it on your bag or your package. All right, and this one probably needs a gem or two, but I did not bring those over. So we're just tag making right now. Okay, let's see. I got another one. Let's go with, this one is also real red, but this is the poinsettia one, and I thought that that was perfect for, to be red. So I'm gonna do real red with this one. I really like this one. I think it's pretty. So I might just hold off on this one, not put anything on the front, and that could actually be writing on the back to and from, or from Lori to Sheila, or from Lori to Monica, because since you girls are here and commenting, you get the gifts today. Actually, that's a great idea. Monica and Sheila have both commented multiple times tonight, so you ladies are both going to get a prize. And actually, I'm getting ready to do my Fun Fold class to send out my Fun Fold for the month, so I think you two will receive a Fun Fold class. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yes, I think that's a good idea. I'm going to go with white for this one and not the real, well, what do you think? The real red and white twine or the white? Let's go with the white for this one. Yeah. You ladies are being kind enough to watch me every day and comment. You should get a prize. So that is tonight's prizes. 2 for Monica and Sheila. All right. There we go. So that one's just going to be a tag with the design. So that's the 3 designs that we've got. Let me lay these down here. That's the 3 designs. So I've got 2 red. There's our Christmassy look. Now, let's, excuse me. I also die cut a turquoise one, the Azure Afternoon. So I'm going to do that because that could 100% be a birthday tag, right? It doesn't have to, when you change the color, I think it doesn't look so much like Christmas. And I bet you're going to be so surprised when I tell you I have some baker's twine that is this color. Unfortunately, I did not cut a die cut. Let me see. Do I have anything handy? I don't. I always have die cuts sitting here. All right, well, I'm not gonna bog us down, but I will go ahead and tie the tag on, and I will decorate them, and I will post a picture. How's that? Let me get my life here is a little bit messy right now. Actually, I think this twine is on the clearance rack on the last chance list. Hi, Pam. Thanks for being here. The Pack Your Bags twine has some Azure Afternoon in it. So let's go ahead. This one, I know that there's a Just For You stamp that's pretty small. Ooh, or there's one right here, but I'll have to run a die cut. I have a May Your Christmas Be Bright. I don't want it to be Christmas. I want it to be another occasion. So we'll hold on to that one. I thought I had a good idea, and then I talked myself out of it. Put that loop through there. And then back up. All right, so that could be a birthday tag. Again, it could be the to and from on the back, but I plan to put something right here on the front. I just, like I said, don't have that die cut. Otherwise, you would have been waiting for me even longer tonight. And then I have one more. I cut a pink tag, and I have a pretty pink tag, and I have the little cupcake from the Wildflower Birthday Celebrations paper that is actually, I know it is on last chance list. And I think, what do you think? You think that's okay if I just put it up on a dimensional and put that right on the tag on the front? Is that too big, or do you think that's okay? I think we could go with this one, I think. If I pop it up and then I pop up the cupcake, we can put a white, I don't have any petal, pretty in pink, ribbon. Trying to think what I've got here. I don't have any pool party ribbon. I don't have any blueberry bushel ribbon. That is a bummer. All right, white it is. That's what we'll do. All right, I'm gonna put the cupcake on here with dimensionals. We're thinking on the fly now, ladies. We are seeing what we've got. Okay, and then I'll put that on the white piece. And then we'll put some white ribbon behind. Or twine, not white ribbon. It's not big enough to be a ribbon. also, what can we do here? I know what we'll do. I'm gonna grab some pearls. Put that on there. I probably would have done this pool party if I had one handy, but I didn't, so. All right. Put that on there. Yeah, I think a pool party circle would have been ideal here, but we are going with it. All right, now I am gonna grab the pearls or some such thing. How about these? Let's make, we've got the strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. Let's add some pretty in pink gems. And that way we'll jazz it up just a little bit so it's not quite such a plain cupcake. Oh, I'm gonna take your pick tool. So these are the strawberry slush, these are pretty in pink, and these are white. I'm gonna go with the pretty in pink. And a little one right there. Then we'll put some more white string in it. And if we wanted to, we could color this ribbon. You can color it with your ink pad and a sponge dauber. Lay your sponge dauber down and pull it. But I don't have either of those here either. So I'm just giving you all the tips that you could do to make these look even fancier. I think this one would be fun with a pool party, the little piece that's the strengthener. I'm not sure what it's called. That holds the hole to keep it from ripping. If you know what that's called, let me know, but I'm just gonna call it the strengthener. All right, so we have two that we can use for birthdays that we can decorate this one and embellish it. We have a Christmas with poinsettias, which I think is very pretty, or snowflakes for your sweater, whichever you want to call it. We have our Be Jolly, that's the candy cane stripe, and the Joy to the World, that is the branches. So the dies come with, they're not part of a bundle, they are just patterned tags dies, and they are $31, but they're super cute, and they're not just for Christmas. They could be used for any gift giving occasion that you want, or you could even put those on a card front if you did it, if you wanted to do that. And right now we're just making tags. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Project number 14, project number 15 will be tomorrow, and we'll be at 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. So I will look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Have a great rest of your night.